Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, and welcome to the Amateur Otaku podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mad Doc Isaac, and joining me together is the wonderful Padawan known as Full Metal Naoto. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Happy to be back with the Amateur Otaku. I love talking awesome anime with all you guys.
Yeah, today we are talking about recent, the first half of the first season about a very uh, about a rather popular newly produced manga by Hiro Mashima. For those that might recognize that name, he's the creator of Fairy Tail, very to some extent very controversial manga because there are choices where people question shouldn't. Yeah, that's a rabbit hole in it of itself. This is and this series in particular is named Eden Zero. And you haven't seen or heard anything from when it comes to Hiramashima work, right, Brandon?
Not that I can recall. I mean, I know that Fairy Tail exists. I know that Fairy Tail is one of the more important shonen anime, I think, from the last 15 years, I think. But apart from that, I really don't know much.
You would love the soundtrack. I can tell you that much. You would
I like the
absolutely love
opening.
it.
I like the opening for Eden Zero. So
Yeah, it's a more Celtic styles music, so to speak, with a soundtrack for Fairy Tail. But
nice.
here we have his latest work, and it's about and started off. I figure I can do a synopsis. All his life, Shiki has been surrounded by machines. At Granville Kingdom, a long abandoned amusement park, he's the only one of his kind round. That is, until Rebecca Bluegarden and her feline companion Happy arrive, unaware that they are Granville's first visitors in 100 years. Their goal is to make fun videos for their B-Cube channel, but what they find instead is a friend in the socially awkward Shiki. When the Grand Ball becomes too dangerous for the three of them, they set off to an adventure through the sacred cosmos in hope to make more interesting videos and to find a elusive mother and getting more friends. This is a short TLDR synopsis, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And no, Netflix isn't producing it. It's just distributing it, Brandon.
No, I know, but that's how they are promoting it. And when you go to Netflix, that's what it says.
Yeah,
So
fair enough. Fair
yeah,
enough.
I mean,
But you know me,
most
I'm
people
just
most people that are out of Japan are watching it on Netflix. So
yeah. But anyway, and what were your thoughts about it when you first saw it and all that? Yes. Speaking of
um,
someone that hasn't seen or read any Hiramashima work
I mean, I enjoyed
previously,
it. I think apart. I mean, let's take the bad stuff out of the way, right? Um,
I can see where this is going.
um, the guy likes lewd humor, like way too much. But that's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay. It's one of those hentai slash anime pockets of shonen anime, which is like it's cringeworthy, but there's an audience for that. So I'm not gonna, you know, I have seen a lot of fairy tale, and for some reason, every single woman character looks the same, and I'm gonna leave it at that. um, at least with my hero, Horikoshi gives us a lot of variety. So I'm not gonna say anything else about that. Um, in a more respectful matter. But
Hey, they're not
and
that
and
bad.
for the well, these are. But then
No.
especially the frog. So
Oh
now
my.
that being said, that being said, he also has, for some reason, apparently he cannot design a show or a manga without having a guild. But that's a different story, also, because apparently he needs to have a guild somewhere. Um,
Yeah, I mean, Raymaster, Fairy Tail now.
yeah.
Uh,
Now Eden Zero, there's a guild
yeah,
too. I mean, I'm glad that it's not a huge part of the arc, at least so far. Like it's just something that's in the background as opposed to Fairy Tale, where, in my understanding, Fairy Tale is the name of the guild that they're part of. So that's
that
like
is correct. That's
that's a
correct.
huge deal. I think the show is beautifully animated, and I think the show, especially for its quirks, for what makes it unique, is very creative. Like the whole thing with Other Gears is pretty creative. I really like the idea. I like how they develop it. I like how they explain it. I like I kind of like how they over explained it. Like throughout the entire first 12 episodes, there's like so much exposition about what Ether is, but it's like in very small doses that makes you get into the world and enjoy a lot of what's going on. You know what I mean? Like the Ether is like the equivalent of the Force, and there's different kinds of Ether, and everywhere Ether is manifests itself in the universe in different ways, and then the whole thing with Ether Gears is super cool. It kind of has a mixture of elemental magic a la Airbender, but it has all the sci-fi aspects, which the whole thing with gravity. I think the gravity stuff with Shiki is like so cool. Like the way he illustrates it and the way he uses it, and like the way it makes so much sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like just the execution is just, I think, is spot on. Like he really knows how to develop those kind of ideas and to make them concrete, where you know how sometimes you try to make something cool but then it gets in the way of how you're able to enjoy the show. That doesn't
yeah.
happen here. Like I think boobs get in the way of me enjoying the show, but that's a different story. But not the show in of itself and the story. um, and I also like that it's a pretty simple in its core, and in its very very core. It's a very simple show. It's a show about a kid that has never had friends before, but was taught how valuable friendship can be, and it's about him discovering that through the cosmos. And I think that's pretty awesome. It's a simple premise, but
Yeah,
so far pretty cool.
yeah. Hiro Mashima is known for loving fan service. That's one of the most that he's like he's like pre Dragon Ball Z Akira Toriyama to some extent. You can argue
Like
like
he's kind
original
of
Dragon.
he's like that kind of that. Oh my god, he's like that kind. Well, not a bad thing, but he's like that kind of writer. You mean like he likes to interact with fans through his work.
Yeah,
Well,
he's kind of
episode 3 is has one of the greatest fan service moments in anime. I think. Do you know what I'm talking
uh,
about?
yeah, I think I know.
Say
I
it.
think
Say it.
no, no,
Say it.
no.
It's not a spoiler. It's
Are you
okay.
talking
Say it.
about? Are you talking about the Natsu Lucy cameo?
Yeah,
Yeah, that one.
that was so
That's
sweet. See, it's funny. I've never seen, like, I know that it exists, and I know how the character. I was gonna say sprites. I know how the sprites look. That's what I was gonna say. I'm in a game mindset right now. Um,
it's because yeah, they are one of the things that makes him such a. Do I question his type of fan service humor at times? Yes, I absolutely do. Don't get me wrong. But if there is something he is good at, and that is even something that those that couldn't even get into fairy tale because they got annoyed for what because it was too much power of friendship in some regard for them. It's that he can write character interaction. You can.
Yes.
It's very. It feels very natural. It feels very. It feels. It feels new and natural. They feel, even if they are a bit over the top, they feel organic to some extent,
Yes. Yes.
and you can
It's
believe
fun.
that they are comrades, and you can believe those. That's
I think
there is a big reason why many people, myself included, someday would like to see Hiro Mashima do just a regular plain slice of life manga, just to see how he would implement it, because relationships between characters is one of his strong suits.
it's funny how you say using um like particular quirky characters or and creating character interactions, and I find the character of Homura so funny and so unique. And I think it's also evidence of how interesting the characters are that he makes in this world that feels very modern. Like, you know that BTubers are YouTubers. Like, we know
Yeah,
that, right?
that,
And
that's uh,
and
that's
the
easily
fact,
where he. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
no, you're fine. And the idea that they're all like all these BTubers are supposed to be influencers, because that's literally technically what he's going for. Um, and then the idea that they all connect with each other for something bigger, and life changing, and how this changes them and stuff like that is actually pretty cool. But also, all these characters they're all quirky. Like, they all have their own type of way of being quirky. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, uh, and they all have different dimensions and tragic backstories and stuff like that. Um, and I don't know. I like these characters. I want to keep seeing. I want to see where they go.
yeah.
Um, and
Then
now
then
it
you
is
can also.
good.
Yeah, go on. Go on. Go on.
Now, is this a show that's supposed to be a mature show, or is this literally for young teens? Because
Yeah,
there's some
I would
things
argue
because some things happen that are, they're a little out there. I mean, you don't really you
it's
don't really you don't really like see blood anywhere technically. You don't see anything that's gory or crazy. I mean, we do see someone smash a robot's head in a very particular way, but you don't see
he
like
can,
anything out of the ordinary.
he can, how should I put it? He can be say he knows how to approach the series. How should I put it without a question? There is young teens, so to speak. I would argue young teens, not adults,
Okay.
to some extent, because uh, fairy tale, specifically at the end of the series, gets dark, and I mean darker than arguably darker than what My Hero Academia manga is dark, so,
As in
to some
as
extent.
in Full Metal Dark?
Kinda.
Okay. Interesting.
He can do comedy, but he can also do a bit darker stuff also. And knowing him, I think he's trying to do a balance between the whole comedic part that he is known for, but also the more serious stuff as well.
Okay.
Um, uh, Based on what I've read and what I've seen, he's trying to find a balance between his serious side and his goofy side,
Yeah.
and so to speak. And I know that people are joking about how his character looks identical to each other. Then I'm just saying, have you looked at Akira Toriyama's art
I
style? I
mean
mean,
I
how?
mean they don't look identical. That's his. I mean, most mangakas, and I wouldn't be surprised if Mashima isn't the exception. Most
Yeah,
mangakas write and draw their own stuff.
yeah, he do. He
So
also
he has his own style. So I mean, it's not like
he also worked to produce and sort of semi-write sequel to Fairy Tail, also at the same
nice,
time.
nice. So he does a lot.
Yeah,
Now, you know what I was just thinking about, and the Eden Zero is like Eden Zero is a lot of things at the same time, and I want you to tell me because I want to know how different this is for him because I haven't how different it is for him because I haven't seen Fairy Tale. Um,
you need to
is Fairy
watch it though if you we
yeah
gonna cover the sequel. I can give you the list of what episode not to see, aka the fillers. So
yeah. Now I would really appreciate that. Now I wanted to ask you, um, so when it comes to what's the word I'm looking for? Um, when it comes to Fairy Tale, is this a kind of what's the goal of the show? Are they trying to find something, or are they simply trying to be the best guild, or
they are sort
what's
of
the
trying
goal?
to be the guest. It's sort of trying to be the best skill. It's a
Okay,
lot of it's a lot of being strong of the it's a lot a big part of Fairy Tail is family dynamic. If
right, right. So it's
if
not like Naruto that it's all about him becoming a Hokage.
there is
It's
no. There is a later there is also a main villain that he needs they need to try and stop, and you can there is a whole rabbit hole about how that end fight was handled, but that's a different story for another day.
okay. Well, the reason I ask is because one of the things that I noticed from Eden Zero that I think is so interesting is that Eden Zero does a couple of things at the same time. Like there's a little bit of One Piece, there's a little bit of Blade Runner, there's a little bit of probably Fairy Tale that he's implementing in very interesting chunks. And the reason I say One Piece, for example, is because literally they're sailing through space looking for Mother, similar to how Luffy and his friends are looking for what? The One Piece. And it's all about
That's funny because I will compare these to One Piece also.
yeah.
Uh,
And then it has all the Blade Runner stuff in terms of he does it in a very simple like he doesn't try to go deep like he's not trying to make a philosophical argument like the dramatic takes on Cowboy Bebop. You know what I mean? Like Cowboy Bebop, it goes in the shell when they go into philosophical, they go deep. Like so in Psychopaths goes philosophical, it goes deep. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't do that, but he does go like, what does it mean to have a heart? What does it mean to be alive? What is being human the only thing that counts? No, machines have, like he's venturing into those ideas and themes. And I kind of like that. I've always found those kind of things interesting. And he's doing a lot of those little things in a way that makes sense. So I kind of like the world that he's building here. And I want to see if he actually goes deeper on these things because he's also talking about religion when he talks about the idea of mother and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I want to see how he continues to develop these ideas and these themes. I mean, so far the manga is what in chapter like 170 or 155 or something. I think it is.
I think so.
So that puts like what? That's like episode. That's probably like season three, probably. Like right now, my hero is in chapter 330, so that's probably like 8 seasons. So hopefully, Eden Zero has become very popular, right?
Sorry, my mic is muted, but yeah, as far as I notice, it's become quite popular. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it has a lot of stuff for a lot of different tastes. Like if you like a little bit of sci-fi, this has a light version of enjoyable sci-fi. Like If you like good action, it has pretty good battles. And I think you can say that Eden Zero is like a lot of those. I mean, I haven't seen Fairy Tail, so actually, I'm gonna ask you a question, Isaac. I'm gonna ask you a question. Would you say that
Yeah,
Eden Zero is a new, not a new way? That's not what I'm trying to say. Would you think that Eden Zero is a mature approach to a lot of the good things that Mashima learned while making Fairy Tail? Do you think that is this him as a better writer?
yeah.
As
This it looks like, feels like he has taken the thing that he knew worked for
Yeah,
Fairy Tail, and just he's even talked about it in an interview about how he is
because
implementing and learn
yeah,
what
because this
he knew.
feels yeah, this feels like something that's coming from someone that's seasoned. You know what I mean? Like someone that's been through the ringer and has written and has explored and is trying new things and new aspects. Like you can feel that this is someone that has been doing this for a long time, you know?
I mean, this is his third manga, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I like the fact that you can feel it in the writing and on the character interactions, and it feels very complete. Like even for the fact that we've only seen 12 episodes, which 12 episodes is like what, 20 chapters of the manga, right? More or less.
I think
Um,
so.
I feel that I've I've learned so much of these characters and spent so much time with them, and in a meaningful way. Um, and it's funny because it's this is another example of, remember how we talked about, and I think it was it My Hero that we first talked about this before, but you remember how we talked about that, especially in the last 10 years, a lot of the new animes that have come out, like anime writers no longer waste time. Like the story
I,
just
I
starts and
think
just
it was
runs.
Demon Slayer. I think it was Demon Slayer. You
Right,
said that.
right. Yeah, I think it was even so, like you watch that show and it's not that it feels rushed, but it feels like they're not wasting any time. They're letting you get to the nitty-gritty, to the good stuff right away, but it doesn't feel rushed, it feels meaningful. Um I think one of the
Or
best
maybe it was
examples of that,
Jujutsu Kaisen. Ah, oh well.
well, yeah.
Go on.
But then Jujutsu Kaisen, we spent a lot of time talking about how it's a Naruto ripoff. But we're not going to say that right now. We're just gonna, we're just gonna. I think a
It
lot of
was a
people are going to
Bleach
hate me.
ripoff, we said, but go on.
It was both. It's a ripoff of ripoffs that does it right. He knows how to rip off. I mean, of course, Gogo Kakashi, but yeah. Um, but yeah, like everything that happens in these 12 episodes, what a great amount of story in such little episodes, but it doesn't feel that it's rushed. You really enjoy these 24-minute episodes. Also, what's interesting though is like, because it's made for, well, I don't know, because I don't know if they re-edit the episodes when they put them on Netflix, because you know that these premiere in Japan and regular TV in Nippon, right?
Yeah.
um what do you think? I have a feeling that when they get to Netflix, they're re-edited so they can run seamlessly. Because I wouldn't be surprised is when they play in Japan, they have commercials.
Yeah, I mean, they when in Crunchyroll on Vacuuming, for example, you see the whole when you see flashes of some character, no, be it villain or hero, that is a name, Kirk, blah blah blah, and
Okay,
then
yes, yeah, similar to what My Hero does.
yeah, that's without a doubt them doing some cutout for the
Right.
commercials, and
Yeah.
that's the second one is easily them getting back to the.
Yeah. 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 Now, that being said, what's the most But you know what was the classic anime that exploded that type of commercial thing in the West, right?
Dragon Ball,
Guess.
Naruto, One Piece. I don't know that
No.
one. I haven't didn't follow that many anime through television. You know that.
Who's that Pokemon?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Now
That
that
was
I
the
think
one.
about it, that was
Yeah.
that should have been an obvious answer because that's one of the series I've seen through
No,
television.
and you know what's funny? I find it crazy. It's like the craziest thing is the craziest meme. Um um it's like I don't know if you've seen like the meme where they have like the who's that Pokemon? It's like who's that Pokemon? And the guy scream, "It's Pikachu!" And then it says Clefairy. Fuck. have you have you seen it?
Yeah,
Have
I
you?
see though.
It is
I see
hilarious.
though.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I mean, this Eden Zero is very fun. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this. I mean, I think it's a different take on sci-fi because is it just me or is it that or most sci-fi animes are like very dark from the get-go? Is that just me?
That is.
Because I
I never
feel
really
that
think about it, but yeah, you might be onto something
because
here.
because Eden Zero is not that. I mean, yes, it has dark tones and dark moments, like the whole thing with the chronophage. I mean, the whole thing with the Gilst world or whatever. Um, it has dark moments. But it's not a sci-fi show that is built on a dark undertone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not like Gundam that you're like watching it under and it's all about the ravages of war. It's not like Cowboy Bebop where it's all about drama, lost, and insistence. It's not like Ghost in the Shell that is all about what is to be human. Like it's it he finds a way to make sci-fi light and enjoyable, and dare I say, cute as fuck. So it's like like it's a lot of fun. So I think a lot of people are gonna dig this show, and they should definitely watch
yeah,
it.
yeah. Just a quick question: did you see it in sub or dub?
I watched it because I didn't have a chance to really watch it. I watched it in subbed. The
Okay,
voice
because
acting is pretty awesome.
this is one of the few that I actually only saw in dub because it was the auto generated, and I just yeah, it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, nice.
You know, you want to know something funny?
What's up?
You know the professor that they meet that they wonder where the heck is it?
Yeah,
Steiner.
Wise.
Yeah, Wise. Guess who the English voice actor for him is?
Who?
Noctis.
Ray Chase, you bastard.
uh,
That guy's everywhere,
so
man.
yeah, and it's
You know
so
what's funny?
funny.
You know what's funny?
Uh,
One of these days we're gonna go like Ra Moreira.
yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
And but also I don't know if it's just a inside joke by the dub studios, but the one that had the voice is Happy is the English voice actor for Happy in Fairy Tail because Happy is kind of his one of his mascots that they reuse.
Oh, so
Uh,
Happy appears in Fairy Tale?
yeah, but this is he's a different. This isn't the same Happy. This is just sort of like just
Oh,
a mascot.
so the name and the kind of character is the mascot.
Yeah,
Okay. I got you.
kind of.
I
And
got you.
Rebecca, who looks similar to Lucy, her voice actress is the same as Lucy's, and the same English voice actress for the red-headed pirate is the same English voice actor for Ursa Scarlet, which looks a lot like. So it's a lot of inside joke in the dubs, which is quite funny.
I don't think Mashima's make is I don't think Mashima's giving
No,
himself any
I don't.
favors.
I
I
don't
don't think
think
he's doing
he's.
himself any favors. I think he's I think he doesn't
I don't.
care at this point. It's like make
Yeah,
comparisons, damn it.
yeah. I don't think he is doing some for dishes and rehiring them. I just thought that thing was a quite funny
No, no,
coincidence.
no, right. But the same thing is the idea that these characters that are very similar. Would you even say that they're similar in in their in their qualities, kind of, and the kind of roles that they
Happy,
play?
happy, yes, because he's a happy-go-lucky companion. But the rest, no.
Okay, okay, so that's cool.
Sure, they have similarities, but they are not the same as Happy.
Nice,
I would
nice,
argue.
nice, very nice, very
And I
very
love
nice.
I love their his joke homage to the whole transformation anime with Happy. If
Yeah,
I everyone being so confused that he turns into two guns and all that. Yes, it's kind of funny
that
actually.
is that is pretty crazy. The way he becomes just guns because.
I
So
mean, that's a good
apparently,
way to
there's
get go on,
that's a good way of what?
go on.
No, no, it's a good way of what you said.
It's a good a good way to give the female lead some proper weapons to defend herself without pretty easily.
Nice. Now, what is this with there? There's an Eden Zero game coming.
Huh? That was more than I knew.
Okay, I'm gonna share this because this looks very interesting. And if that's the case, I think this is pretty cool. So apparently, there's I was doing some research while you were talking about that, and apparently there's an Eden Zero game that they're working on. And I mean, the anime just came out, so the fact that they're trying to
A mobile game. Ugh.
is it a mobile game? Let's see. Okay,
If it's the same,
can you see it?
it's a mobile game. It's a mobile game.
Okay, so we don't want to watch
I
it.
can. I
I
can
mean, it looks nice.
take turn that clip that we are gonna get copyrighted like fuck if we show that.
Okay, so I guess I'm not going to show it. Hey guys, we're not watching any videos anymore. Goodbye. No. So you think it's a mobile game? Oh, is that like the
It's
cartoon that
when
I was seeing?
because when I go to edenzero.net and game, this is a new mobile game pre-registration now.
Ugh. I don't think that's what we want.
No,
So, you might need to edit the whole YouTube video thing. But
I don't have a video editing program, so that is something you
that
unfortunately have
is
to
why
handle.
we do this kind of live. So, um, but yeah, I mean, I think this show is gonna be it's great. I can't wait to watch more of it. I really hope that you are right in the sense that this is going to be part one, and we're going to get more of it soon because I think it's awesome. Um,
I think for
and
Neverworld, I mentioned that it was the 12th episode of the season one. I followed that
well,
guy on YouTube.
well, nice. So I can't wait for Seymour. Well, I don't know. That's all I got, man. It's a great show, great sci-fi stuff, great concepts. Can't wait to see more. Enjoy the characters, and yeah, man. Eden Zero, pretty awesome. Oh, by the way,
Yeah,
JC Staff, great job with the animation and the fights. Like top notch, really cool.
yeah. Absolutely.
Hmm.
But anyway, do you have anything more to say about Eden Zero before we go?
No, I think we're good, man.
And as someone that reads the manga, all I can say is they make a good job with it as so far with this adaptation in my book, and looking forward to it.
Nice.
But anyway, we are next up. You and me are going to look for a lot, some reference, aren't we, buddy?
Reference. What? I'm lost
Is
now.
this a JoJo? Is this a JoJo reference?
Oh my god. JoJo's bizarre. You are so
Yes, but
bizarre, sir.
I know, and you love me for it. I know.
Yes. Yes. So we got some JoJo
But
Bizarre
yeah,
Adventure coming soon.
we are going to cover each season for the sake of the next latest season coming up later this year.
Very, very
So,
nice. Very, very nice.
and yes, we need to take care of the whole My Ordinary Life also. We shall try to find a schedule for that also.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
So
But anyway, buddy, where can people find you?
at the Scarlet Fan 52 on Twitter and at the Scarlet Fan 52 on Instagram.
And you can find me on Emblemaniac. You can find my work over at Wobem Entertainment, and you can find the pod over at the Amateur Otaku Pod over at Twitter. And that's pretty much it. Remember to subscribe, like, and press the bell for more Anime Otaku goodness. Have it awesome, guys.
Peace.
Peace.